Hello, this is Carrie Svatala with Magnetic Marketing, and I'm going to show you the powerful benefits of automated email marketing and how it all works. So basically, it all starts with the customized web form. So each client gets their own, as you can see my logo is at the top. You can customize it so it's got your information on it, and only you see this information. It also can be used to, if you're going to be at an event or a trade show and you want to have an iPad out, you can have an iPad out with your logo and the information that you want to capture from that potential prospect. So here's what it looks like. You see the last name, first name, company, phone. It's a little bit blurry because I had to blow it up to put it onto the screen, and then the submit button. So it's very, very simple to use, and basically this is kind of the gateway or the starting point for the automated email marketing pieces. So basically you can determine what information you need to gather from your prospect. So maybe there was a specific event you met them at, which, as you can see down here, I've entered that information in because this is my web form I use for any networking events I go to. You might want to ask them what's the best way to reach them. There's all sorts of information that you can gather, and it's up to you as far as what you want to capture. I'm going to show you just a couple of the different magnet campaigns that you can use. So let's start with the networking magnet. So imagine you've just left a very productive networking event. You arrive back at your office and promptly set the cards on your desk. Tomorrow you will do something with those cards, right? Or at least that's your goal. A full month later goes by, those cards are collecting dust in the same place you left them. Another missed opportunity. Well, we have the perfect solution to help you with your follow-up. All you need to do is enter their names, email addresses, and phone numbers on your customized web form, and voila, your prospects will automatically be entered into a follow-up sequence. So here's what this looks like. I enjoyed, obviously there's a little bit more information that goes into each of these emails, but just to kind of give you a snapshot. I enjoyed meeting you at such and such event. When you meet a prospect, you'll enter their information in, and then this is how it starts the process. The second piece email would maybe go out a day or two later. Hey, here's a recent case study we thought would be interesting for you to take a look at. Might be something having to do with your industry and how you've helped other businesses like theirs. So this can be a case study, an interesting article, something that's going to have an impact, show an impact in a solution that will be of interest to that prospect. The third is going to be, this one is kind of an example of if you've got, maybe you do a lot of networking and you're not sure how many of those contacts are really good prospects for you. So you want to minimize the amount of time that you're having to spend prospecting and figure out, all right, who might be a good lead for me so I don't have to spend a lot of additional time. So this one here will be finding out, it's actually for an IT company. They're basically saying, I'm curious, when it comes to your business, which of the following concern you most? And then they'll have checkboxes where the person can select which information or which are most concerning to them. And then the IT company will actually say, hey, thank you for taking the time to fill this out as a special thank you to you. We'd like to be able to offer you a free IT audit. So this is a great opportunity. So by clicking these different, whichever one they select, the system will actually tag them either as a hot, if daily issues is a hot item for you, it'll tag them as a hot prospect and connect with you to follow up with them about their daily issues. So this is where you can determine, okay, maybe outdated technology isn't as much of a hot prospect for you, and you just want them to go to your e-newsletter list. So anyone that clicks on this will automatically be entered into your e-newsletter list, and that is where your following up will stop. So then it'll be just a drip campaign. So it's a great way to determine who's a good prospect and who's not, so you can save yourself some time and energy. The last part would be maybe 2 days after this email goes out, they get another email saying, you know what, I would love the opportunity to connect with you and learn more about your business. So this is all based on their responses, and if they check the boxes that you wanted, the system will email you and prompt you to follow up with that prospect. So if they don't check on any of the boxes that were of major interest to you, then they'll automatically just go into your e-newsletter list. So that is the networking magnet. The next is actually an example of a new customer magnet. So this is for a salon. So one of the things that they're looking at is that their new customer retention rate is a little bit low. So they want to increase that, and when you spend so much time or money or advertising dollars getting these new prospects in, you want to make sure that you're able to keep them. So after the prospect comes into the salon, this hairstylist will enter in the information, enter in their client's information, and say, they'll get an email that will say, "Thank you for visiting Savvy Salon. How was your visit? We'd really like to know." And it'll have like a brief little survey or a little checkbox where they can just simply check the box like, "It was a great visit, enjoyed my time, I'm not so sure I'll be back again," whatever it might be. And as soon as they click on this, their information is automatically entered into your e-newsletter list. And then, like I said here, they get a little survey to complete. Now, if they click and respond to the items within the email, then they automatically get a "Thank you for your feedback. As a special thank you, we'd like to offer you $5 off your next visit." So this is a great way to incentivize them and to see who's really serious, because if they're not going to take, the time to follow up with you or respond to your email, then really they might not be a great prospect for you. Oops, and it looks like I clicked on something else here. Please hold on. Then, oftentimes we forget about special offers or coupons we get. So a great option here is on this salon's web form, they're actually going to have a spot where they can enter in when the client should be coming back to see them. So in most instances, when it comes to a salon, it's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks before they need to come back again. So this system will actually, the salon owner will enter in that date of when they should be back in, and in accordance to that date, 2 weeks before that time, they'll get another email that will say, "Hey, it's almost time for your next appointment. Don't forget to use your $5 off special offer. Call to schedule today." So you can see it's a great way, it's a call to action, and now they're being reminded again, "Hey, remember you have this offer, come take advantage of it." So this is a great example of a new customer magnet. The next one is the bid magnet. This is fantastic for those that are in the construction or trades industries that find themselves up against 2 to 3 competitors on a regular basis. So what it's going to do is it's going to start off with, "Thank you for the opportunity to provide you with a landscaping quote." So you'll actually enter in their information right after you meet with them, and it'll automatically send this email. You can have it set to be sent 2 hours after you meet or right away. And then the second part is they're going to get an email, say maybe 2 days later. It says, "We understand that hiring the right landscaping contractor can sometimes be difficult. Here are some tips to help you determine the right contractor for you." And so what this will do is basically set yourself apart from your competition, and you're educating your prospects to tip the bid in your favor. This works especially well if you find that you're on the higher end of the pricing for your specific industry. So a great way to, number one, educate them. They'll be thankful, and I can guarantee you their competition isn't doing this piece here. Then 2 days later, assuming that maybe the average time it takes to put together a quote is about 7 days, so they get the first email right away, the second email about 2 days later, and then the next email would come about 2 days after that. So it would say, "Your quote will be arriving shortly. In the meantime, please check out our photo gallery or testimonial page." The reason why you want to do this is that you're going to actually direct them. Maybe you've got a Pinterest page where you've got a bunch of your samples of your work, or your testimonial page where you've got a lot of great client and customer testimonials for them to read. So it's going to help kind of sway the vote in your favor. They're going to see that you're passionate about what you do, that you're a professional, and you're taking them right to those specific sites. So there's links within the site to direct them there. Then, so now it's day 7. It's time for you to follow up with the prospect. The system will actually send you an email and say, "All right, today's the day you need to follow up with X prospect." So this is a perfect example of a bid magnet. Last but not least is the trade show magnet. You oftentimes find that you are spending tons of money to get your booth setup, your printing, your materials, your promotional items. And oftentimes what people miss is the follow-up piece. You spend all this money on this booth and having it look great, and you get a lot of traffic, but what happens afterwards with those prospects? So this is a great magnet for those businesses that do a lot of trade shows, especially those that are in the trades industry. So the first email that they're going to get is, thank you for visiting our booth at the Home Remodeling Show. And this, once again, is something that they can enter themselves on an iPad or a laptop or a phone if you have that available, or you can enter that information after the event, whatever works best for you. Secondly, they're going to get a, hey, we'd love to connect with you. Please take a moment to check out our work. So depending on the depth of the conversation that you had with that prospect, maybe they simply dropped their card in a bucket, or they entered in their information, but maybe didn't get a chance to kind of talk to them or connect with them. So this is going to help showcase your work and give them a reason to want to connect with you. And then the third piece would be probably a day or two after the second email, they'd get a special thank you and a special offer with a limited time to redeem it sent to them. So as a special thank you for visiting us, we'd like to offer you X percentage off your next job. So hopefully this gives you a good example of how these different magnets can be used, and there's ways to connect them to your social media, to landing pages, and all sorts of other things. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. You can feel free to give me a call at 612-298-3487. Otherwise, you can email me at Kari, K-A-R-I, at Magnetik, with a K, marketingsolutions.com. Thank you.
It's